Hello. I wanted to talk about something that I thought about this morning while I was doing yoga. There was a person in this yoga class that was doing a handstand. Initially, the thought popped up in my head that, oh, I wish I could do that. Comparing myself to her and where I'm at in my practice, because I'm also in my handstand journey, and what I am able to do now compared to what she is able to do is the gap is so big, and I was comparing myself to hers and kind of feeling a little bit down on myself because I am not there. But that thought didn't last long. It was just like, oh, I wish I could do that. I am not there. But then it quickly turned around into thinking that I should not be comparing myself to hers, because I have only been trying to do this handstand for 3 days, and she probably has been doing it for a long time. In fact, I did talk to her after, and she gave me pointers into how to better my handstand, and so it's kind of a lesson to not compare yourself to others, because that only kind of puts you down if you're not at the same place. But what we're not seeing usually is the journey that went into getting to that position for the other person. And so maybe at the start of her journey she was further along than me, but maybe she's been trying to do the handstand for 3 years, and now she's way more advanced than I am at this point in time. With also a lot of visibility on social media, we tend to see like the best version of people and not the struggles. And so without knowing all the struggles, the time and effort that they put into where they are at, it's hard to compare yourself to that. Not only that, but also people's body compositions are different. No one is the same, and so my handstand and how I get into the handstand might not look the exact same as hers. My process of getting there might be longer, might be shorter, might look different. And so it was a kind of a reoccurring theme in my practice this morning, where I was struggling a bit in certain positions because I am in Costa Rica and I'm trying out different types of yoga for the first time. And so I can't really compare myself to others at all, because I don't know exactly how long they've been doing certain poses and certain practices. It can also be applied to like beauty standards as well. Like a lot of people are trying to follow trends and replicate certain looks in terms of makeup or outfits, but everyone is different. I apologize for all the bike noises and everything in the background, but people are just having fun, and I love that. So yeah, I think when we're trying to do, for example, like I said, makeup looks or outfits, not every body is the same. And so if I love someone's outfit and that person is tall or a different body shape, it will look very different on my body compared to theirs. And so if I put the same outfit as someone who is tall, in comparison, it will look very different, and there's no purpose in comparing, because we're just starting with a baseline that is very different. What I urge you to do is just to compare yourself, especially when you're trying to grow at something, learn a new skill, is to compare yourself to what you were capable of doing yesterday or the week before or even the year before. And zooming out, you'll see that progress more, and the little steps that you take to get to your bigger goals will help you, master, for example, a handstand. And in comparing yourself to yourself, you will find more confidence rather than comparing yourself to another person. That will just sometimes make you question yourself or lose confidence. And so just looking internally, and maybe you can always get inspiration and tips from other people, but not comparing yourself to them. That was kind of a big thought in my practice this morning, where instead of looping that in my mind, I was able to be aware of that thought and kind of step out and say, hey, that's not the right way to do it. And instead of looping that in my mind, I went to her after the class and talked to her about it, and was able to actually get some useful pointers in helping my journey and developing a better skill. I repeat it in most videos, awareness is key, and I hope that the message that you get from this is not to compare yourself to others, but to compare yourself to who you were yesterday, and you'll see improvement, and that will grow your confidence. So thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next one.